now watching Animal Expedition Files.
It's time for your favorite host.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Sorry I'm not talking too loud today. I just had some teeth pulled out, so that's always fun. So I'm not going to be super loud like I usually am. But we're going to still have fun. And we're going to do, we're just going to have fun. So we got a lot of crazy people in the background that will be hanging out with me, the animal, on the Animal Expedition Files. Please click and subscribe on my channel. I would really appreciate it. Again, sorry if I'm speaking weird. Maybe this might help. I don't know. Let's try this.
Maybe you might like this. Maybe I might sound better. I don't know if you can hear that. But maybe I'll just talk like this. But yeah. I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna talk like that. Sounds too weird. I know something like a Slurpy Derpy would be talking like. But but yeah, thank you so much for watching my show. I haven't been on in a few actually in a couple weeks. Just got so much going on, kids being sick. Like I said, I had my teeth ripped out, so plus I'm getting ready for this big Bigfoot festival that's coming up, the Cobbler Mountain Critter Fest. You don't want to miss out. My buddies Richie B and Wojo and the Vocal Brothers and all them are putting this on. I'm very excited. I'm driving all the way up with my family from Florida to Massachusetts, so get your tickets while they last. It's going to be a fun event. I'll be able to do my show up there and speaking about paranormal diving. So if you want to know anything about paranormal diving, it's pretty interesting, a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun up there no matter what. And we're gonna do some Bigfooting up there too, so, and party. So you don't want to forget the party part. But I'm gonna bring on these two crazy cats that are in the background here because I just love having a good laugh with these two. Every time I have them on, we got Slurpy Derpin the Dead and Mary Lynn Bear with a normal. How you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, did you say that there's some type of Bigfoot festival in Massive Huge Tits?
Yeah, Massive Huge Tits.
That's what it sounded like you said. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I just had mouth surgery, so I can't say full words. Like my wife and family are making fun of me the whole time. I'm just saying shit wrong and stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. What happened? They pulled out your they had to pull out your Diddy teeth?
Yeah, they had to pull out my Diddy teeth and all that. So yeah, it It's very weird when the doctor's pulling your teeth out and when he's looking at you and your mouth is like wide open while you have two people like in your mouth, literally, and then the doctor's like beautiful, beautiful, literally the whole
He
time.
prescribes you.
I think he said beautiful like 20 times. The whole time he was ripping the tooth out.
Prescribes you 2 bottles of baby oil and says, "Drink these and call me in the morning."
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking
Well,
of drinking, I got my ice cold Tito's today.
Tito's.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, Fireball, you can see how icy it is.
Yeah,
I used
same
to-
thing with mine.
When I used to have moonshine all the time and I had it in the freezer, like the whole freaking thing was like frozen over. It was fun.
The
Frozen.
moonshine freezes.
No, the bottle does, not
Oh,
the
okay.
moonshine itself.
Oh, it frosted over. Okay.
You can literally start like a powered car with that thing.
Okay, because I was gonna say if it frozen, that means it's more water content.
Yeah, it's not real moonshine if it freezes. Oh man, that looks good. I wish I could have a drink, but I can't.
Sorry.
I had a little what is this? Monster juice.
I'll pretend this is a cup.
Rio punch. There you go. I'll do a quick little shot with you guys. 'Cause
Quick little shot.
that's how we roll.
Yep.
Spirits for the spirits.
The spirits.
So,
Fiddler.
Mr. Michael and Mrs. Mary, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good. Glad it's a
fucking
long
sexy.
weekend.
Long weekend. What are you guys doing this weekend?
As little as possible.
Little as possible. I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, I have been, for me, it's been gym, dieting a little bit right now, getting ready for what's going to be a crazy June, buddy, a crazy June.
Yep.
So I think 4 or 5 days or something, I'll start getting people will start arriving to my house. And we'll get ready for Gold Rush. We will drive to Beverly Hills,
Oh,
spend the night there, and then that morning we start washing cars. That'll be the 30th. We start May 30th. We'll start washing cars all the way up until June 8th, and it will end in Chicago. And Mary Lynn will probably join us for the first day. We'll see, and then go from there. And then after that, I continue driving. I'll actually, excuse them, I will continue driving to Tennessee, well, where I have to do something, but I can't say what because that person actually watches our feed. So I don't want to say what I'm going to go do, but it's going to be awesome. But I will be heading to Tennessee, and then from Tennessee, I will be heading to New Jersey. To meet up with the great one and only Michael Castro for a really awesome photo shoot that I'm super excited for. I'm really awesome that, well, it's not like he didn't think of me. I was like, hey, can I do it? And he was like, yeah, I guess so.
no, it's
So
like a Calvin Klein kind of photo shoot.
it's going to be like it's supposed to be like but like gothic in a haunted tattoo parlor. Which is ironic because I have 0 tattoos.
And he is not gothic.
It is not-
Yeah, but I am super white, so there. I do have that at least.
I could see Mike like buying those like fake tattoos and stuff like that you just
Right?
peel and stick, and like
You
well,
laugh, but I actually carry some with me.
I got the real thing.
so do I. I got all
Yeah.
tattoos, so
Yep.
hey, you can borrow some of ours.
I keep. I have a fake tattoo of just the face, and he's wearing a cowboy hat of Shane Pittman.
I am.
Yes, I will have them at Paranormal Rockdown, and I might even still have some at Gettysburg to give out.
Oh.
I think it's just because it's hilarious. And hello, Mr. William. Hello, Donna. Hello. Say what's up to all the peeps in the in the chatty room.
In the chatty
I got my cocktail.
So on, now that we're talking about your trip and stuff, and Mike's gonna be flashing everybody while he washes cars. Can you tell us a little bit about just a smidge of what you guys are doing?
You mean like my wife?
No, I'm talking about like
Sneak
any
peek.
filming projects or anything like that, or things you guys are
Oh,
doing.
right. Yeah, that makes way more sense. God, man. So we're Pair with the Normal Season 2. It is going to happen. We start filming actually in Gettysburg in July. And we'll probably wind up filming like in that area, just like there, Philadelphia, New Jersey, that whole area. Probably like 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh wow!
Really going to try to smash them out if we can, which actually might be more beneficial to Mary Lynn. We'll see.
I'm on-
Mercy! We have a very special project that actually we're doing with Marcy. She'll be involved in the beginnings of that project in Louisiana. I think we're going to be filming that in October. So very excited for that as well. We're taking on a brand new project I don't want to say too much about, but it is going to be a podcast. It'll be based on a podcast, I should say, that will be aired on Beacon TV, but it'll be just upgraded, look great. We're very excited to have that as another project to just kind of put under our caps. And then we've got another filming project that we also can't say much about thanks to NDAs, but
Yeah, that one's
that
highly
will-
confidential.
Oh,
yeah, highly confidential, but it is going to happen. Also, probably July, early August, and that's with huge names in the industry. We can't say who, we can't say what, but it will eventually come out on Beacon, and it's gonna blow everybody's freaking minds.
Super excited about
That's super excited. Animal, you're in Florida. I'll be down in Florida in September. Hopefully, we'll be able to watch Sleep Token together.
yep.
I still don't know if my tickets are good or not, thanks to StubHub being bitches. So
Oh, yeah, you went
hopefully,
to StubHub.
I went through StubHub the day they were released, literally the minute they were released.
Yeah.
I was gonna go on to Ticketmaster, and my wife was like, "No, just do StubHub. It's really easy." I'm like, "Okay." I don't know what the difference is. I don't buy concert tickets very often. So I go on and I buy the tickets that I wanted, which were in the club seats. So I got these real fun, real fancy seats. And then I don't think anything of it. And then like 2, 3, 4 weeks go by. And then all of a sudden I'm watching video like TikToks and YouTubes. And they're like, hey, if you bought tickets from anybody other than Ticketmaster, your tickets are no good. And I was like, wait, huh? Because they didn't say anything about that to me.
Yeah.
So then I go and I log into I go to StubHub's website. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to go back to StubHub's website and like just look. And now when you pull up tickets from StubHub, it says the original purchaser of the tickets has to be present. But it did not say that when I bought my tickets. So I don't know what is going on. So I have to call StubHub probably, I guess, and then be like, WTF, mate, and hope that they get transferred to me and figure all that out. Otherwise, look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If they don't figure this shit out, there's going to be a lot of empty seats.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling like, and it's weird, like, cause I went through the whole wait and stuff like that. Like, I waited hours before on Ticketmaster. There was a fucking long line, like thousands of people, and this stadium only holds, I think they said like 17,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like 5,000 or whatever it was, like that. And as soon as I waited so that the less people were on, so my turn was up. Like, you're next in the queue line. So
Yeah.
as soon as it was my turn, it says, "Sorry, tickets are sold out." I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
Oh,
I was
no.
like, "What?" I was like, "How?"
Right?
I was like, 5,000 something. There's 17,000 seats. How is that possible? And then I found out later on that like people were complaining on TikTok and stuff like that and everything. So I found another like place like same as you did. So they're like, "Oh, we're gonna release the tickets the day of the concert," which I've never heard before them doing. Which also
That's
makes,
exactly what mine said.
yeah,
So mine was on StubHub, but I don't have the tickets yet. It says they'll
Yeah.
release them the day of.
yeah. Because I know on Ticketmaster they give them to you once you buy them.
And I
And
think
that's
they're
how
doing that to keep. I think they're doing that to keep them from being resold.
Reselling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. Hey, Sabrina, what's up? I
That's
just got
what
to
I'm-
see her and her lovely face on Stacy. I want to say you're on Stacy's podcast. Which
But
is
either
awesome.
way,
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
so
see you in Orlando.
either way, you'll see me in Orlando. I might tickle your butthole. We'll see.
I
Depends
mean,
on
it's
if you.
each other ball, so it might be a TikTok. So who knows?
So I
Hey,
can- I
I'm
have
always
never-
down.
I've never been to a concert.
Never.
Never.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta
One
go.
day.
We all gotta go. We gotta make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time. Gotta go. Says I want a shirt with the animals quote. You motherfucker.
You motherfucker. Rob!
Works if you need any.
You know what? I'm gonna have a shirt that says the animal. You motherfucker. Thank you, Robert. That's like a good idea for a shirt.
I'll see Mr. Ramirez and his wife also in September in Florida. Well, at the Spooky Explorers Club with Aaron Sagers.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm not myself, Mary Lynn. We're working our way up the ranks, I guess, with the paranormal world.
Yeah.
But we're not like there yet. So,
We're getting there.
but we're working on it. So I'm hoping that doing all this that we're doing, maybe one day Aaron Sagers will give me a pat on the head and say, "Good boy." You know.
Give you
So
a
while
bunch of
you
beef
guys
jerky.
are in Florida, I will actually be at a conference in Missouri at the Bigfoot conference there.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Conference.
Well, while we're tickling each other's balls, we'll be at a big fuck
I'll be looking for Bigfoot. Maybe I'll
Bigfoot.
do a couple
Yeah.
of these.
For the second time this year. That's big feet.
Big feet. Yes, it is.
I have a proposal. And if Josh is listening, Josh Purvis and Shane Pittman, I have an idea for season 2 with Paranormal.
Uh-oh.
I think you should open up the scene, all right? Just think of it. You look at the camera's looking at a pond, and out of that pond comes a Sasquatch, aka the animal, in a bikini, in a scuba suit, just walking out very slowly, and what like some weird crazy music, and then it goes to you guys. I'm just saying, it's a pitch if Josh is listening.
But you're in Florida. Wouldn't there be gators around?
Oh well, I mean, we won't do it in Florida. We'll do it somewhere else.
Ricky Cheese.
I mean, I got the Bigfoot suit, so I'm willing to do it. I just have to find a bikini big enough.
That's funny.
Well, and here's then
But it's gonna be a
I'm not gonna
female.
lie. Yeah, if you're doing a bikini, that's basing off the female, and now you're gonna start this huge fight on TikTok on whether or not Bigfoot's supposed to have 2 nipples or 6.
Oh, here we go again about the.
I'm saying, dude, like we don't know, man.
Should
So
I put?
really where in here you're exposing the other 4.
Well, that means I need
Yeah.
like how many more like tops do I need for
You
the?
need a total
Well,
of 3.
maybe just one top and then like pasties.
Oh yeah, we could do pasties.
You know, like
I have
just
to
some
start
Because
little tassely things. Yeah.
keep the sticks away from Mike.
Yeah, that is true. Yes. If you watch our show, episode 3, they do hand me a stick, and it goes terribly.
Yeah. Was it episode 3 or 4?
Apes have 2
3.
nips.
No, it's 4.
It is 4. Yeah.
It's 4. Yeah. 3 is Baton Rouge.
Yes.
Apes have 2 nips. Right. But is a Sasquatch based on an ape, or is it based on something more like a bear?
I don't know. Like, there's actually a story that goes back in the Everglades where there was a zoo of gorillas that escaped. But I think it was back in the 60s or 70s. I can't remember how far back it was, but these gorillas over adapted in the Everglades over a while and started like acting like human creatures and more, and had these different kind of behaviors. And I'm kind of wondering,
Is that where you came from?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm an ape, you know.
So it only took them 60 years to adapt.
Yeah, look at me now. I have less hair. My feet are still big.
Oh, look at me now.
Look at me now. A lot prettier. That's what I gotta say.
Hey, do you shave your armpits?
No,
Why not, dude?
I don't know, because Sasquatch doesn't shave their arm.
What about like the booty hole area? Do you shave that?
Oh, I'm not telling you that, Mike. That's not hard.
Dude, I got to. It's a factor of 2. 1, you're way more aerodynamic when you run. Okay, first off. 2, a lot less, especially where you live. Swamp ass is a real thing.
Well, I just talked about swamp ass earlier.
And I hate having to like grab my butthole hair and wring it out. You know what I mean?
It's a real thing here in Florida. If you live in Florida,
I just shave it off, bro. Just
did you start growing mushrooms behind there, man?
I literally
his ass.
I shave my ass. See, I think especially if you live down south, you got to, or it's just gonna get so swampy.
You're a grown man.
Raven, I'm just speaking the truth here, okay? Yes, that too.
When you fart. Now, like when you're like eating Taco Bell now, it's a totally different situation now.
It's if you fart and you've shaved, it's like less vibration.
It's gonna burn.
Yeah, it's like a, you know. Florida ruined absolutely. The first time I ever went to Florida was to go to Disneyland, and
Disney World.
I'd never Disney World. Right. I'm sorry. I'd never been before. Right. We're at like Coronado Springs, and I wanted to get something to drink. And Coronado Springs is like not attached to the actual like lobby, right? So you have to get out of your like apartment-y thing, and you gotta walk over there, and it's like a mile. So I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I, like a fucking idiot, wore corduroy pants to Florida, folks, in August. What was I thinking?
Worse too. It gets worse.
Oh my dude.
Did you know there's a thing called preheat in Florida?
Preheat.
We're still in preheat season.
Okay.
This ain't full summer heat.
I had no clue. I've been there in August. I've been there in like September.
Yep.
So I do know it gets awful, absolutely awful out there.
You know what they call that? What heat they call? They call it hell.
Yeah. See, I'm from Vegas, right? I live in Vegas right now, and it'll get up to like 120 degrees out here. But there's a difference.
Yeah.
See, here we bake. See, you bake like a cookie. I love cookies. Out there, you boil like a fucking hot dog. Okay.
And it doesn't stop.
You take a shower there, and then when you walk out, it's like walking into a sauna. So why even shower?
Yeah, why even shower? Just smell anyways. You're gonna smell, so why even take a shower when you're just gonna have a shower anyways?
It was the worst. So that's the only thing that makes me.
Hey, Ricky.
That's right, baking pizza rolls in them pants, bro. No, I was literally rotating wieners. Okay, I was making 7-Eleven cheeseburger bites. Okay, that's what I was doing. It was awful. I threw away all of my corduroy pants. I haven't worn corduroy since. It just killed it. Yeah, you guys have so much humidity, but it's the truth, and that is the one thing that makes me believe that if
Okay.
Bigfoot does exist, they have to be able to go to some type of. They have to be dimensional travelers. They have to be, because nobody could survive. No one with all that hair.
All that hair, yeah.
God, dude.
Dude, even in that crack, man, all that hair in that crack, and all that sweat and all that stuff, and they're sitting in that marsh in the
But no wonder
Everglades,
hell.
and who knows what goes up there? There's
Oh.
snakes, all kind of worms
Right.
and bugs, spiders.
Ooh. No.
I mean, and I'm just gonna say so I brought this up once that maybe that there are like different subspecies
Mhm.
of Bigfoot as well.
Yeah,
Like for example, what if they had like identifying features, right? Like you hear of like a Yeti is white, a Bigfoot is brown. What if there's like a form of Bigfoot that's similar to like a baboon, right? But like only in the front, like it's just got like naked genitals, right? So you see it like running at you, right? And you just see this giant naked mole rat flapping in the wind, coming at you full bore, right? You go, oh, that's a North American Bigfoot right there. You would know.
you
you would
can
be
tell
able
it's
to
like a
identify
fly.
Yeah, you would see it, right? You could identify it. So I wonder if there's like identifying features of Bigfoot that's out there,
Swamp ass is a real environment, no matter what.
My son.
Yeah, it's true. It is absolutely true.
Yep.
I would pay to see a Sasquatch wrestle. And that's what I was thinking about. Exactly. Stevie, it's the truth.
Like, who would win though in a fight, Sasquatch or a gator? Like,
I'm gonna have to go Sasquatch.
Like, think about it. Have you
Because
ever heard that thing that's going around right now where, what would win, a gorilla or 100 men? Have you heard
Yeah.
that lately? Like going around?
Haven't seen that.
No, it's like a big meme that's going around. Who would?
Well,
win?
I will tell you this. I may not be able to beat a gorilla, but I can definitely beat off 100 men.
Oh, damn! That'd be a lot of beating off, man.
Let you do that.
Dude, that'd be a very messy job right there. That'd be fucking wild.
That
Yes,
was
it would be.
very messy.
Very messy.
Mike would be like, like that green alien that he was like at the battleship. It'd be a different color.
Yeah. Yeah, sneaky.
Mike! I came at the wrong time. You did
That's what
that,
she
you
said.
did. That is true. Also true. That's, hey!
Wait, hold on.
love
Wait,
it.
My man! There it is. All right, kabuki party.
Kabuki party. Hey.
Yeah, I think he means a different word, but that's fine. Yeah. So either way, yeah, I don't know if there's different types of Sasquatch, but I believe that there has to be. It's not like all Sasquatch are the same, right? I mean, there's so much differentiation between us, and we're all of whitish origin, right?
Well,
So
there has to be
I would
different, because even look at dogs, look at cats, look at everything. There's something rim shots. There, you're going to have those different species.
Yeah, you're going to have different types of species, right? And they say that everyone's butthole is different, just like a thumbprint. So I would assume if we were able to capture multiple images of Bigfoot's butthole, they would be different. I'm just saying, it's not the same Bigfoot.
Yeti is a type of
Instead
squash.
of fingerprints, we need the butt prints,
The
butthole
butt
prints.
print.
I'm just saying either one would work.
Could you imagine like a Yeti or something, a Sasquatch, and they're like trying to match, and like the Yeti's bowls rounder
Like,
than
all right, spread them.
Spread
right? Like, how can you tell the difference between a shark and a dolphin? A shark has 2 dicks. That's how you know.
So it's like, yeah, for sure.
Right? Well, I'm just saying. So it is a great way to identify different types of Sasquatchians or whatever they call themselves.
Sasquatchians. Now, does the Sasquatchians have 2 private parts?
Got to get them on camera. Do they got 2 private parts? Do they have 6 nipples? These are the questions that we need answered, folks. Where is Josh Gates? Huh? Where's Jason Hawes? Okay.
I don't know.
Where's Zach motherfucking Baggins out there? Okay, getting us the information we really truly need. No, that's up to us. We're gonna do it, folks.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty aloe vera. You put it on your bow.
L'Oreal
by Sasquatch.
We would have to. Diddy took all the baby oil.
Yeah, he used it for all his Diddy parties.
He did. So I'm just saying. I do think that there's different
Teabagged by Yeti
different
balls.
types out there.
Now, could you imagine getting teabagged by Yeti?
That's right.
You're like in the middle of the woods, right? All right, just imagine this. Like Michael's in the middle of the woods, right? And all of a sudden he's sleeping in a tent and he gets teabagged by Yeti.
That'd be pretty crazy. Oh my God! What if the Yeti was also eating spaghetti?
I don't know.
A spaghetti eating Yeti balls in Gettysburg? Oh, there's too many Eddies that could happen here.
Oh man!
What happened
The Diddler did take it off.
Transgender Yeti?
Ooh,
Ultimate way to die, Yeti balls.
it could happen.
Could you imagine being on the news? Person got killed by Yeti balls slapped in the face.
Did you see? Have you ever seen the? There was a news report, and the guy is talking about a ferocious mountain lion that was seen, and then he points. And there was a ferocious mountain lion seen right here, and he points, and they move the camera, and there's just this tabby cat sitting there, and he goes, well, that's obviously not the mountain lion. You know what I mean?
I think we just need to do a show about like Yeti nipples and balls and getting probed and all that
I
shit.
think we are.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
This is a start of a new show right here.
Right here.
I bet they-
Another project added.
well,
Appalachian, they call them Appalachian oysters. Appalachian oysters.
So it's like, I bet they taste amazing.
Since polar bears are more deadly than grizzly bears, are Yeti stronger than Bigfoot? You know what? I think so. I would think a Yeti would be stronger because they're always cold. They're probably just angrier.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Be pretty interesting to find out.
Jenny.
Well, I just walked into this about wieners.
Well, eating spaghetti and his Michael
Yeah.
is that. I just
Yeah, that
walked
was
into
me.
this about wieners.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about wieners.
So, but I would think so. And then, there's always talk about. Have you ever heard of oh my God, what's the thing that the Indians have? It's not a
Skinwalker?
Sasquatch. No, well, it's like that.
Orgy.
No.
Appalachian orgy. Oh my!
God.
I can't remember the name, but yeah, I agree. Balls would be tight from the cold. Right, it's true, right?
Would
They'd
it?
be much harder to see. Probably
Shrinking.
far more aggressive. I agree.
More
Yeah.
aggressive. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Probably a higher screeching sound.
No
right?
one answered. Does Bigfoot have the same butthole as Sasquatch or Yeti?
Well, okay. Well, let's get a little deeper, guys. We all think that there's a Mothman. Okay. Which half is moth? Which half is man? Okay. A Wendigo. That's it. Yeah.
I was gonna say you're talking about a Wendigo.
Yeah, a Wendigo. So, Wendigo, that's been around for a very long time, too. Banjo, I can't type. Analmancy? Oh my, I have not.
What?
What
Yeah.
is that?
Have you heard of Analmancy? Mothman statue got a nice booty. You know,
Okay, so the back half, or is it the back half?
It's
That's
completely
man?
naked.
yeah. You know what's funny?
Or is it just the bottom half that's man, and
They
the top half is moth?
People have like stuck condoms and dollar bills up his butthole on the statue.
That's weird.
People have taken pictures of it too. It's like very.
I actually have a
very
picture of
Of Mothman's butt.
Like I think everyone knows he has a big moth. What the?
It's very possible, right?
Now,
We
what
don't
about-
know, folks.
What about UFOs though? I know we talked a little bit about probing,
We did. Yes.
but like we didn't go really too deep into probing. I think we should go deeper.
Yeah, I agree. So, well, this is my
deeper.
yeah, because that's what you do, Mary
Peanut
Lynn.
will be
You
pissed.
go deeper. PETA will be very mad. They'll be very upset. Studying the folds of the anal to predict your future. See, everybody's butthole is different. Everybody's butthole is different. Everybody's butthole is unique. That's our new song, folks.
Well, that would be a specialty. So
I think you should record that to be the intro of the show. Everybody,
Right?
I might have to put that in when we do our intro.
Right? So, what I want to know is, do aliens have their own aliens?
We
Right?
actually-
aliens have their own aliens.
We're not aliens to them because they obviously know who we are, because they can interact, they can take us whenever they want. We're more like pets, right? We're more like a zoo. We're trapped here.
like the ant farm.
They can get off. Yeah, they can get off as much as they want. We can't, right? So, but is there an area where they can't, in fact, go, and something comes and visits them? Do you know what I mean? Can an alien have aliens?
From another galaxy.
Right, and could those aliens be visiting us and we mistake them for our aliens? Not realizing that they're not our aliens, they're our aliens.
How much can an alien learn from an asshole?
Apparently a lot. All that probing they do.
Someone said they pee out of their fingertips. That might be true, though. It might be true. Could you imagine, like,
Raven, let me tell you this. Who else do you think is buying the rest of the baby oil, okay? It's not just Diddy. It's the aliens. But, well, what I'm saying is there's so much that we don't know about the universe, right? both, I guess, dimensionally, multiple realities, or however you want to look at multi-planar. We don't really know what's truly out there. I think.
yeah,
I mean, right now we still think in terms of light years, right, as the ultimate form of travel, and even traveling at light speed, we could get nowhere. The reality is we could get nowhere.
yeah,
So obviously these aliens have figured out a way to travel that is an alternate to light speed, right? So that being the case, could there be something that can travel transdimensionally that even they can't do,
yeah.
right?
I
So,
don't know.
and what if they're, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know.
Oh, I just think, what if the probe, like, you know how there someone was just saying how they could like pee out of their fingers? What if the probe comes out of the same finger?
That's from Scary Movie, by the way.
Oh, it is from Scary
Liam-
Movie?
Yeah. What's his name? Nelson Mandela? No. What's his name? Dang it.
I can't remember.
He played a Naked Gun.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He passed away. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But they're actually making a new Naked Gun with Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Over.
Yeah.
It looks really funny too. I want to see that. It looks like a good movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, we are crazy people. Actually, there's something I do want to talk about that's crazy right now that's going around. I'm going to show a little video here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit and have a little fun with it.
Lorraine told you all not to move the Annabelle doll. She said, "Don't move her. Leave her where she is." But it's 2025. We like the around and find out. So what do? We take Annabelle on a world tour. Okay, we're just moving her all over the place. They send her to New Orleans the day they take the doll there, the day Annabelle arrived in New Orleans, and Historical Plantation burns to the ground. They literally had the fire out at one point, and it reignited itself. If that's not the ancestors speaking their truth anyway, then 10 convicts escape a prison. Okay, there are 10 convicts, some convictive, unalive people on the loose. And New Orleans, actually, I think they've caught 2 of them now. South 8. And they're saying that they escaped because they were helped by someone within the prison staff. So Annabelle gets there, plantation burns down, and the prison staff is helping unalive us out of the prison. Leave the doll alone. Leave her alone. Why do we have to around and find out the hard way?
So is that fuck around and find out?
Now there's
honestly, that's not that bad.
I don't know. Now there's a rumor out there that she got stolen. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I have seen that rumor.
Marie Laveau's house got burned down as well.
Oh wow. Did not know that.
Right.
Man, could you imagine if they took that doll
I believe that, Raven.
Where Robert their doll is? Could you imagine like those two together?
Look, see, my whole thing is I just I've never been near like a haunted object. So I don't really know. I can't speak on authority about it in any capacity, but
that you're aware of.
That I'm aware of, right? But it just seems, I don't know. I just don't know if I feel like a doll could be haunted in that capacity.
Yeah. Now, if you watch the video of the torch plantation, there's actually, if you look really closely, there's actually figures in parts of the plantation, dark figures that you can see, which is pretty interesting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting what's going on. Like why, like I believe in karma. Like if you take something out, you know, you shouldn't do that. And even when Lorraine Warren says don't do it, and it's like hold my beer kind of thing. Like hold my beer. Let's have a tour with the Annabelle doll.
Let's see what it does.
The funny part is Lorraine Warren said cut it out.
Yep.
And then years later, that's exactly what Lorena Bobbitt did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the lady who cut the pee-pee off of the guy. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? That would hurt real bad.
She did it. And then she took it and then threw it on the side of the road. And then they found it. Yes. And it was but it was mutilated. So they had to stitch on a new penis. He got like a donor penis. I'm not even kidding you. And then he went on to make porns.
I was gonna say, didn't he become a porn star or try to?
He did.
A porn star after you get a new penis sewed on?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man.
And he was the one that was found guilty.
Oh wow.
He got his pee-pee cut off, and he was the one that got in trouble.
So what was he found guilty of?
And does porn now?
I think I'm not entirely sure, but there was a whole trial on it.
Oh wow.
He doesn't anymore. He doesn't anymore. He actually lives here in Vegas. He's actually like a really interesting individual.
Have you met him?
Choppy, your pee.
Choppy, your pee. I have not had the pleasure of meeting him. However, my sister has, and Jay Bird has several times.
Oh, okay.
or had several times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he did do that stuff.
If he's a porn star, that has to be very yeah.
My question would be, does it actually function properly, or is it always just there?
No, it does its thing.
How? That's weird.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Annabelle out there doing Lord's work. Yep.
Yep, that's true. That's true. I don't know.
So that's really interesting because what if dolls are easier to possess than a human, right?
Yeah.
Because there's always been that thought process amongst alien enthusiasts that alien bodies aren't actually flesh, they're doll based. Yeah. You haven't heard that before?
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah, because to survive space time, to survive what they go through and the time that it would take, that the bodies aren't made out of flesh anymore, but they are they are more similar to a doll, which is why they're so interested in our fleshy bodies.
I was gonna say, what dimension did you read that in?
Mike's dimension.
Yeah. No, that's been a working theory for some time.
Oh, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know.
I feel like for something to be possessed, that's not entirely true, Raven.
Well, that's like people.
We don't have a soul.
We don't until the soul inhabits our bodies. And then
exactly.
Why can't the soul go into an inanimate object?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer that people that maybe suffer from dementia is something where the soul has detached.
Yes. That could be.
Has left, has moved on.
Well,
right? I'm not saying that's in every instance, but I'm saying that is a possibility, right? Also, when you die, there's a good chance, you hear about people that change in personality after death. It could be that they leave, that soul initially leaves. Woo! And then somebody else coming by goes, oh shit, that body's uninhabited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it. And then instant different personality.
I have actually a story that a pastor told me one time. He visited someone who...
Not interested. Continue on.
He said he visited someone that was demonic and practiced witchcraft. And I guess, make a long story short, there was this cat that was like next to him that kept rubbing against him and stuff like that. And he started praying to the lady. And as soon as the lady became, I guess, a Christian and all that stuff, the cat fell over and died. And there was a TV. There was a TV that was in the parking lot exploded.
Stop here killing cats.
So I'm like, I don't know. I believe things could be possessed that doesn't have a soul. I've actually interviewed someone who makes dolls. And when we interviewed them, you could actually see the dolls move by themselves, and we heard voices from them while we were doing the interview. I know, I think her name is Mary.
Mary Jo?
Yeah, Mary Jo. She's a doll maker.
Okay.
She makes dolls. And dude, interview her. It's
Mary Jo Chudley, right?
Yeah.
Mary Jo Chudley?
Interview her and ask her to do it.
Great lady.
Yeah. Ask her to do it when she's in the doll room because, dude, it's creepy as fuck. I hate dolls. Dolls creep the fuck out of me. And dude, it's creepy because you'll start hearing we heard voices the whole time of the interview, and sort of like a freaking doll turn around and all that stuff. She's like, "Oh yeah, that happens all the time."
Well, in the chat, Raven says she believes that handmade items can be possessed where mass objects cannot. I agree with that because if they're just on an assembly line, they're not getting that human touch. And if you actually have something that you're touching that's putting that energy in there, that can get. To me, that's where it gets possessed.
Hold on. Well, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But also you can say that because it's mass produced, it's completely empty.
Yeah.
It's completely
right? It's completely empty and ready to be, used as a vessel.
Yeah.
It's untouched. It's virgin. It could hold anything.
That's a possibility. as well.
Unsuspectedly too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that it would be. I would think having the human touch is probably makes it easier. I think that acts as like
A
the
conduit.
Diddy lubricant. Yes. Oh, conduit. That's way better than what I said. Yeah. So maybe that is the connection there.
Well, and that's like where you can have just inanimate objects like a rocking chair. So if somebody's used that chair, that's putting the energy into it, or if just you can have different things that do get possessed because someone has put so much energy into, holding it, or it's like they love it so much. That's where that energy goes in.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's also a chair called the Devil's Chair here in Florida. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but trying to remember where it's at in Florida, but it's pretty.
Your mom's house?
Yeah, my mom's house. Yeah, exactly. It's where Sasquatch is.
Yeah, all at your mom's house.
Now, could Sasquatch be possessed? Could they be demons? I'm gonna turn this around here.
But if they were demons, wouldn't they try to be causing chaos instead of trying to be elusive and hiding?
But what if
Well,
they're
they kind
messing
of do
with
cause
us?
chaos, right?
What they're making us go crazy. That's the chaos, though. What if they are doing that?
It doesn't take much to go crazy then.
Excuse me. Times 2. Pope!
Bless you.
Conduits are ghost lubricants.
Right? That's all a conduit is, just a ghost lubricant. Now we know.
They're also skinwalkers too. That's also another theory.
Who knew that you were going to tune into this show and learn so much?
I don't know. I think this has been the most educational show, talking about like nipples on Bigfoots and
so educational.
I thought you were going to say this has been the most lubricating show.
the most lubricating.
That too.
That's what I should talk about at the Bigfoot festival. Talk about lubricants and how many nipples Bigfoot has. And
look, this is what I want to know.
I might get kicked out. They'd be like, "Who are you?"
I want to know, if Bigfoot doesn't travel dimensionally, does he shave his racing path? You know what I mean? You don't want poop getting stuck in there, right? You don't want to get all crusty.
Are you
So I would
speaking from
assume.
experience?
Oh, very much so. Yeah,
No lube needed.
it's definitely a raw show.
That's why
That's
there's
how-
lube.
That's right.
So,
So, all right, I'm going to take this one step further with the aliens thing.
okay.
Okay. If aliens are real, aliens exist, and aliens made the pyramids, why don't aliens visit it?
Who says they don't?
What if they do?
There's no photographical evidence. They seem to only visit other locations, most particularly us, but you never hear about there being, Area 51. You hear about certain locations that are more, like the Skyway through Colorado, where they're noticeably seen, but you do not get that type of activity around any of the places that are supposedly, allegedly, for some people, made by aliens. So wouldn't you think that they would want to visit places even if they were like ancient or ancestral?
So are there cameras to show that they have not visited?
But what I'm saying is, let's say if they visit these locations multiple times, but you don't see video footage showing up on TikTok or YouTube of more UFO sightings over the pyramids of Giza.
Right. That's true.
You you don't see that, right? Instead, you get stuff. Oh, I saw something over New Jersey, more stuff in Colorado, stuff over the mountains, right? But you don't get that over there. You don't nothing in Mexico, right? With the Mexican, the Mexican pyramids. So I don't know. I'm just saying, what's that about? Yeah, the Mayans, the Aztecs, right? Who all have the same hieroglyphs, allegedly, that all depict a certain type of being, right?
But I thought that, like in the Mayans, I thought that they did have sightings because there was a big thing, people going over there looking and watching, and there was stuff going on.
Maybe. And if that's the case, that's pretty awesome. But why just there then?
Maybe that's where it originated.
Well, let me take this.
But Robert, if it is an old, outdated zoo, wouldn't you still visit? Because it's a zoo.
Let me take this.
It's now a museum.
Let me take this a little step further. Okay. I'm going to take this back. We're going to go back in biblical time. What if the aliens are Jesus? They created
aliens
us.
Are Jesus.
What if aliens created us? I'm just saying, like, what if that's God?
Okay.
Could we be coming from alien and we're the visitors of this earth? Because here's the theory. Here's the theory why I say this. It's because I don't know if you heard this theory about Mars that I think it was like billions of years ago, whatever it was, that Mars was a colony. It had people that lived on Mars until it blew up. And then
aliens.
I believe it was people.
Okay.
And I believe that at the time, this is what I think, right? Just based off of what I've seen, I think Mars and Venus were inhabited at the exact same time. And I think that there was an intergalactic struggle for Earth. And I think they blew themselves up with different technology. That's what I think. And the only thing left standing are the few survivors that made it to Earth.
He's the animal you're on, son. Yeah, supposedly Mars was a colony. I don't know.
I don't think it was a colony. I think it was a full-blown civilization.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Same thing for Venus. I think they were full-blown civilizations. I think they were beyond the nuclear point.
Yeah.
I think they had developed, early star travel and nuclear type weapons, Holocaust type weapons, and they both used them.
So they wiped each other out, and so those who escaped came to Earth.
Yep, battlefield.
Absolutely. That's what I think, and now we're stuck. Here we are.
We're stuck on this.
But we're trying to get to other planets now, so and try to see.
Now we're
blowing each other up.
Now we're paying.
Now we're back to
that crap.
Yeah, and what if the pyramids and what if all of that is just what little technology they could remember when they got here, but it died with those people, right? Because the technology for them to, maybe they were only used to computers, they didn't have paper, or maybe they couldn't remember the ways. They couldn't figure out a way to translate or transition a lot of the technology, so it just died with them.
Yeah.
So I like that what Stephen just said. Prison planet, it's hard to leave. It's kind of like
absolutely.
We turned Australia originally into, that's where all of the people who were criminals was dropped off in Australia. So what's to say we weren't dropped off here as a prison planet?
Yeah.
Yep. And what if that was the case with Mars and Venus as well?
Yeah.
And this is it. This is the last habitable planet on the solar system.
Oh no, it's pretty interesting.
Because they blew themselves up and we were already here.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? It's already 9:03 already. We talk about like Yeti balls and all this stuff the whole time and alien probes for an hour, man. It goes by fast.
Oh yeah.
When you're having fun, it goes by fast.
Yeah, we got to keep doing this. We got to keep having like educational shows like this because I think a lot of people
so educational.
It is educational. Like, what did we learn today? Let's go before we go off the air. What did we learn today?
Sure.
We learned about, did Bigfoot have 2 nipples or 6 nipples?
Right. Who would win? Gator versus a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We
Does
also
Bigfoot
learned that they have butthole prints.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bigfoot shave their ass.
Different species of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Does rod come out of their fingers?
Right.
I know. Very
And we used a
educational.
lot of lube.
Right. Did
We
he
learned about
lose?
aliens. We learned if aliens have aliens.
And Mothman. Don't forget about Mothman.
Yep. Top half is moth. Bottom half is all man, baby.
And Julia says we learned about animalmancy.
Analmancy, yes.
You know, Nancy.
We did. We learned about analmancy. Analmancy, yes.
Animalmancy.
The reading of the folds of the butthole, of the anus. Boy, wouldn't it be funny if they're reading them and they're like, you're about to have a shitty day. You know what I mean? Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Oh dear, I'm telling you, but we got to do that thing with Josh Purvis. We got to have Bigfoot come out of the water
That would
with
be
bikini
fun.
with 4
Yes.
tops.
We got to make that happen.
We got to make it happen, Josh.
Gotta make it happen.
I'll message him. By the way, I'll let him know.
Yes.
Oh damn, gotta have fun, you know.
God.
Gotta have fun. But man, this has been an amazing show and most educational thing I've ever like had in my life. You know, you gotta have education. Plus, you don't want to miss out. Me and Mike do music.
Reaction videos, yes.
Yeah, reaction videos. I almost forgot because I'm thinking about Sasquatch nipples and all that stuff. So if you ever want to like not laugh and listen to rock and roll and stuff with us, we do reaction videos once in a while when something cool comes out.
There's some more stuff that I want to do
Yeah.
too. Dayseeker has a new song out.
There's a lot of this is what I gotta say. Rock is coming back, which is
Thank God.
It's man, music was dead for a while and it was making me depressed.
It was, dude. It sucked.
Like there was nothing good out there. Like country music was getting really good and stuff like that, and then rock was just going down the hill. And all of a sudden, all these old bands are coming back. Breaking Benjamin.
Nothing is more depressing than having to masturbate to Harry Styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't masturbate to Harry Styles.
It's the worst.
I would know.
Question before we go, when you said the 100 men, checking off 100 men, was Harry Styles playing at that time?
Probably.
Way to go to circle around. That was a good circle back.
That was a great way to bring it home.
Wait, hold on.
Dig a little deeper, Watson. Yep. That was good.
Oh, Dad, that was a good one. Thanks for the laugh. But thank you everybody for watching the show. I appreciate you guys being patient with me and my voice with this whole surgery shit going on in my mouth. So that's what she said. But yeah, literally. But yeah. It still was funny just hearing that doctor. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Like that's kind of creepy when someone's plucking out a tooth out of your mouth and that's what they're saying.
That's a lot better than oh shit.
Yeah, that's You're like, oh fuck, I just dropped something in your mouth.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, pal.
Yeah.
We can't get it back.
Say spit, don't
Hey, you
swallow.
Yeah. Or hey, can you go get the other dentist?
You go get the other. I need a second opinion, man.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. This was a lot of fun. I know my next show is next Wednesday, and then after that, I'm hitting the road to Massachusetts, Russell, Massachusetts, at Cobbler Mountain Critter Festival in June 7th. Yeah. but I'll be there earlier to hang out and stuff and go squatching and a lot of cool stuff. So with the family, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there. Yeah, I will see you guys in the back room for a couple of minutes, and why don't you check this video out? And peace and have a good week, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
And number 1, don't chase squat.
Number 2.
Take a number 2 when you have Taco Bell. That's it. Good advice. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Lights on. Dark Realm TV. Coming soon.